morning crust. It's a great day to be a bread brother.
Ugh, mornings are not my jam. Or jelly.
Oh, come on. Stop loafing around.
I just woke up feeling hollow inside.
Psst, just grab one of the new morning Uncrustables sandwiches, like Bright-Eyed Berry or Up and Apple, filled with 12 grams of protein and tons of deliciousness. Crust, what are you eating?
It's just granola, not even yogurt.
No crust, no fuss. Uncrust your mornings.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, figure, you know what, let me go ahead and start the year off strong, and because that's the thing, that's one thing I am going to work on when it comes to content creating, is that I want to be even more authentic than I am already, so I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm going to let y'all know how I'm feeling about some stuff. And it's one of those things where I'm like, if I lose subscribers, people don't want to support me no more. It's one of those things where I'm like, you was never a supporter or a subscriber or a fan in the first place, because it's one of those things where I'm going to be talking on some content creating related, and it's something where it's like, hey, you don't have to follow, the rules and all that stuff. But if you're going to be on my channel, all I ask for is for you to be respectful. But if you ain't going to be respectful, fam, there's other channels that will take your disrespect and they will accept it, live with it, all that other stuff. Me, on the other hand, I'm not with that. So, and I know there's going to probably be people out there where they were like, oh, you can't tell me what to do, but I can't delete your comment. I can't block you. I can't have it where you don't have a say so. There's nothing that you can literally say on my channel. And it's funny because people would get mad about that type of stuff. And I'm like, well, what are you mad for? I'm like, the thing is this, if you go onto the internet and you're just, your only mission when you're signing into a social media website is for you to be disrespectful, there are going to be people that are going to accept it. There are going to be people that laugh about it. There's going to be people that cry about it. There's going to be a lot of different people that, respond to whatever disrespectful things that you're saying in a bunch of different ways. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be that one universal thing where and I guess with me, it's like I've dealt with it for so long to where I'm like, fam, I'm not trying to, every time I open up a social media platform, I get a crazy message or a crazy comment, or whatever. It's like, I'm not with that. I'm at a point in time in my life where I'm like, fam, I'm mature. You need to act mature too. If you don't want to act mature, there's places for you to go to where if you want to act more immature and stuff. But my platform, it ain't welcoming to that, but no, people will go to your channel and I guess with me, it's like, because I've been a content creator for so long, I've seen so many different types of ways of, how people will be disrespectful, or more so if people want to use you for something, and that's one thing where I'm like, fam, that's why I'm very limited to who I talk to when it comes to social media, because I really don't know at the end of the day. It's like whether a person is cool with me or they just trying to like, oh, he has a big YouTube channel, let me collaborate, or, make it seem like I'm trying to be cool with him or something just so I can use his views and subscribers and all that. And I'm like, fam, that's not how my channel works. If I go out my way to support your channel, cool, that's my decision. But it ain't gonna be one of those things where you think you're entitled to it, and that's the thing, people think just because they follow you and they subscribe to you and all this other stuff that they're entitled to whatever it is that you got that God-given rights to provide or not. And I'm like, fam, no, I'm not. That's not how I operate. I don't operate because, and that's the thing, I'm like, if it's a mutual respecting where it's like, okay, I show up to your streams, you show up to my streams, you like my videos, I like your videos, where it's like that equal support and stuff. But I'm not gonna have it where I'm providing all this support and then it's just, it's like, let me just do the bare minimum and stuff. No, it don't work like that, so, and that's the thing, there'll be times where I'll go out my way and show somebody the most amount of support and stuff. I don't really particularly care, I guess, if I get any support back, but that's my decision though. you know? So, and it's not one of those things where I'm all like, if you come messaging me talking about, oh, you need to help me with my videos. No, I don't. I'm like, I didn't go around messaging people when I very first was getting into content creating. I wasn't going around messaging people. That was one thing I have to say, I guess, with me when it came down to content creating, and I guess just to drop some motivational words for you and stuff. I isolated myself when I started getting into content creating. So back in, because I created my main channel in 2010, but I didn't start taking content creating seriously until 2015. So when I had decided that I'm going to be a full-time content creator, I isolated myself. I made it to where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ask nobody for no help. I'm not going to ask anybody for anything. I'm doing this on my own. I'm figuring things out on my own. And I had to say it worked out in the long run. You know, it's like, because I look at myself now and I'm like, fam, I have to say that, and I don't mean this in like a disrespectful way, like, I don't need nobody and stuff. But no, it's like, I guess I don't go out of my way to be asking people for favors and this and that. I'm like, I just get stuff done. You know, so yeah, when it comes down to editing, when it comes down to, getting content out, any of that stuff, I'm not like, oh, can you? Nah, it's just, to me, it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, if people want to do that, they can do that. You know, it's their choice on however they want to run their YouTube channel. But me, on the other hand, I'm like, no, I have to say I'm very independent when it comes to content creating, because it was my dream. It was my, mission and goals and stuff to become a successful content creator. And I still have a lot of areas, to cover when it comes to content creating. But I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying, like, I'm independent, but I really don't need people to be all like, oh, it's like, you need me for this. But then it's like they want to like turn around and be like, oh, well, since I did this for you, you got to do this. I don't operate like that when it comes to content creating. People have tried that with me and I have declined. If you know, you know. But anyways, but no, overall though, it's like because I had to say, like, throughout my times of being, especially getting into reaction videos, I don't know what it is, but it's like people think that they're entitled to a reaction video. Like, if they're putting out content, then they want me to react to that content. And I'm like, fam, if I have time in my schedule, because the thing is this, I'm not trying to make it seem like that, I'm always busy, but I mean, I am in a way and stuff. There might be some days where I just kind of give myself some free time and things, but no, but the thing is this, it's like people will think that, like, I'm like, or their time, they're entitled to my time. No, you're not, and it's like, I guess if I have the time to go out my way, but it's one of those things where it has to be my decision. I'm not going to do it because you tell me to do it and stuff. And people be thinking along those lines. Like, I don't know how many times I ain't had it where people, they're all like, oh, it's like you got to do this for me and stuff. No, I don't. I ain't got to do nothing. I'm like, I'm doing my own thing today. I'm like, I'm chilling, it's like I got my own stuff to be worried about. I ain't got time to be worried. Like I said, I'm like, if I go out of my way to be worried about whatever it is that you got going on and doing, then okay, then that's my decision. But yeah, there's people out there where they think that they're entitled to my time. And I'm like, fam, there's times where I'm not even entitled to my times because I'm busy. I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like I've overwhelmed myself with content creation, so where it's like, if I do take a break, trust me, I'm not going to waste that break trying to help you out on whatever it is that you got going on. It's one of those things where I think a lot of people need to understand that when it comes down to content creation is that you have to be independent. You have to, do things on your own. You can't be relying on other people, because I have to say, at least for myself, it's like, yeah, the times where I've gotten myself involved in communities, and I guess probably the two biggest communities that I've gotten myself involved in is the Rainbow Six Siege community and the reaction video community. It's probably like a number of people, probably people that I can count on my hand, that has supported me throughout my journey of whether it's whatever community that I'm a part of and stuff, and it's like with the reaction community, I have to say that it was very, not so much isolated, but like it was, you couldn't really trust a whole lot of people because you didn't really know who was coming to your channel on some respectful stuff. It's like with the reaction community, you have it where there's people that'll subscribe to you and they make it seem like that they're being all supportive and all that stuff. Then they hit you with the, oh, since I've done all these things, can you react to my video or can you react to this video? And I'm like, fam, it don't work like that. if I'm interested in that content, then okay, cool. But if not, do not be upset if I'm not supportive of whatever content. Because no, there was the one situation with the kid, and I think it was, everybody knows the one kid that I talked on, the Glenn Gregan kid, but that was the whole reason why our like drama had kicked off, because he thought, because I'm subscribed to your channel, I'm hating on somebody that you're getting into it with, that I'm entitled to a reaction video request or something. And he wanted me to react to some videos of like ponies killing each other, and I'm like, fam, you have to understand that I'm still a human being, so there is going to be content that I'm interested in and not interested in. Do not be upset if I'm not interested in that content. And then he turned around and got upset. But I'm like, fam, why do you think, if you are a frequent watcher of my videos, when have I ever mentioned that I'm interested in that type of content? Because I feel like for the most part, it's clear as day what kind of content I'm into when it comes to content creating, and it's whatever content I'm either reacting to at the time being. Like, I might go through a phase where it's like, like I was reacting to a lot of Rainbow Six Siege videos. Right now, I'm reacting to a lot of different body cam videos, and I have to say it's been like that ever since I got into reaction videos. Is that I'll see myself reacting to trailers. And, I might want to venture out and react to some content that I don't be watching on the regular, but it's content that I'm interested in, and I wasn't interested in that content. So he got mad, got to the point where he started threatening me, threatening friends around me and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, bro, something is seriously wrong with you. But if you think that because, like, you're saying all these different things, I'm like, first off, you a kid, so you ain't capable of doing nothing. I'm like, I know people be like, I shouldn't downplay that, but I'm like, yeah, this kid, you're a kid with, like, mental issues where you think it's serious mental issues because people are making it out to be mental issues. And it's like, no, you're one of those, like, mental cases where it's containable, So maybe now I'm like, he might be a little bit older and he might be a little bit crazier. So it's like, yeah, it's something to worry about now, but at the time being, it's like, you live all the way across the world and you're threatening me as if you live like right next door to me or something. And I let him know, I'm like, if there is ever a time if I see you and you want to be on this same threatening energy, I will kick you in your throat. And people were trying to use that against me, making it like, TMossBoss threatened kids and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, if they're threatening my life, then they will get threatened back. I do not care. So that's one thing people need to understand about me, is that when it comes to content creation, is that I'm serious about it, but at the same time, it's like, I guess you'll see where I'll joke around and all that stuff, but that's just for entertainment purposes. But I am not going to allow, for one, a kid, anybody, but especially a kid, have some sort of control or management over my my channel or overall my content creating career. And it's like, if you want to, and that's one thing that I've always have spoken out about, is that if you want some content to be done, you got to do it yourself. So, like, there's games that I play where I want to see other people play, and other people don't be playing them. So guess what? And then it's left up to me to either, I guess I got to search for content creators that do play that game, or I got to go out my way and play the game myself. So, like, Forza Motorsports. I would love to see people in the Rainbow Six Siege community play either that or Forza Horizon, or who else? Like, yeah, Vanos and his crew, or some of my friends that are streamers and stuff. Yeah, I would love to see them play games like Forza, and I guess like one that I have been playing a lot recently, Arc Raiders and stuff. What are some other games? Yeah, there's a lot of different games out there that I would love to see people play. Even there's some friends of mine where I would love to see them play certain games. But that's the thing, though. They got their own lives to be worried about. And I'm like, so what? I guess the question that I need to ask is, in what point in time in their life do they set something aside for me because, it's something that I want or desire? No, if they want to do that, then that's their choice. But if not, I'm not going to hang it over their head that it's like, okay, so, all right, so like, for an example, my friend V, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know who she is. I stream with her a lot. We be playing Fortnite, Apex, where some other games we done played and stuff. Have we played Phasmophobia? I think we played it at one point in time, but we mainly be playing like Fortnite, Apex. I think one of the last few games we did play was that broken mountain climbing game, Peak, But anyways, so she don't own Arc Raiders, but I would love to see her play Arc Raiders. But I'm not going to hassle her because at this and it's one of those things that it's like, especially with gaming content, that it's like games be costing money, and I know Arc Raiders, it might only be a $40 game and stuff, but I'm like, that might be $40 that she don't have to be spending on the game. She got responsibilities, she got stuff that she needs to tend to. So what do I look like, being mad? I'm like, oh, we ain't gonna be friends no more if you ain't playing Arc Raiders. Like, what sense does that make? And it's funny because it's like, you hear stuff like that, people just be thinking like, oh, okay, it's whatever. It's, it's like, you still should play the game if I ask and stuff. But let somebody do that to the individual that's asking somebody else to play a game. Let somebody ask you, oh, you need to play this $100 video. Yeah, go out and get the most expensive copy of NBA 2K. And you're gonna be like, no, that's expensive, I'm not gonna do that. So what makes your situation any different than you in my comment sections hassling me over a reaction video or me playing a video game or whatever the case is? Like, and I just recently had uploaded a video where I was showing that how the guy, he was mad at me because I didn't want to play more of Gray Zone Warfare, and then he was trying to, like, I guess, like, I don't know, his attempt at bullying me, but ended up getting bullied himself. But no, he was like trying to get on me for playing Destiny, and I'm like, okay, Destiny is more funner than Gray Zone Warfare. So you gonna tell somebody, or I guess, like, cause hold on for a second, let's just see how many people are playing Destiny on Steam versus Gray Zone Warfare. So hold on for a second. Destiny 2 Steam player count, SteamDB, and then let's open up Gray Zone Warfare, see what they got going on. So Gray Zone Warfare currently has 1,719 people playing, and Destiny has 28,662 people playing, and then let's just throw in Arc Raiders in the mix of it and stuff. A game where it currently right now has 421,000 people playing it. And it's funny because, like, Gray Zone Warfare, you would look at that game and be like, oh, okay, cool game, military game, and it's an extraction shooter, has two different options of playing, whether it's PvE or PvPvE. And it's like, it seems like it's a game that got a lot going on. I played that game. And so they do have it where it's like, it's kind of in the same way, like Arc Raiders, where you do missions, you go to areas, extract, collect loot and all that other stuff. So the difference between Gray Zone Warfare and Arc Raiders is that with Gray Zone Warfare, so when you're wanting to extract, there ain't like no, unless I just missed it on how they extract, but from what I remember, you have to wait for a helicopter to go into an area and pick you up. If not that, then you gotta run all the way back to the area, the safe zone area and stuff. Then when it comes down to doing a mission, because I think Arc Raiders, they do have it where it's like the map is kind of like, it's not like big old giant maps, so you'll be able to find whatever it is that you're looking for, if not mark it on the map and stuff. Gray Zone Warfare, you couldn't do all that. It's like, so there'd be at times where I would accept missions and I'm like, fam, I don't know what I'm doing. I would say that I think it's dope that they have it on Gray Zone Warfare where when they do wipes that you get, I believe you get all your gear back. But if not, then it's like, yeah, whatever gear you lost, and I mean, it's like that in Arc Raiders too, but for the most part, you could go out, get some gear that you can sell, and then get whatever gear that you need, because I think I got like over 200,000 coins in that game. So yeah, I'm chilling when it comes down to buying gear and all that stuff. Overall, it's just a little bit easier to play Arc Raiders. I'm not trying to have no actual military sim when playing the game. I'm just trying to chill and have fun, but people don't be seeing that because they be so caught up with, oh, well, I'm watching you, or I'm following. That was the crazy thing. Guy wasn't even following me. He wasn't subscribed to my channel. It's like the first time coming to my stream, and he's upset because I didn't want to play Gray Zone Warfare. And I'm like, and that is why people don't be listening to you, because it's like you act like a child over somebody not wanting to play your favorite video game. So what if it's your favorite video game? It's not my favorite video game. So yeah, it's like there's just at times when getting on the internet, people need to understand is that you're not entitled, to, a person's stream thinking that it's like, oh, I can say this and do this and, have it where you're playing my favorite games or reacting my favorite videos or doing whatever I pretty much tell you to do. You don't have that type of entitlement, on your own channel. Yeah, you could do whatever. You're entitled to do whatever you want to do on your channel, but on other people's channel, you're not. You know, so people get mad about that. Oh, well. It's still at the end of the day, and it's because I just remember somebody saying that to me years ago, where because they were subscribed to my channel that they thought that they had some sort of ownership, and I'm like, have you bought my gaming PC? Did you buy the video games that I be playing? Did you buy the monitor, my microphone? What else? You know, do you go out in the middle of like, you know, burning up hot days or freezing cold winter days so you can go and get either some PC equipment or sneakers or whatever form of content that I need to, you know, explore my range of content creation? Because if you ain't doing any of that stuff, if you ain't supplied me with nothing, fam, you don't have no ownership of my channel. You know, so it's like I'm the one that's putting up money to fund my channel and keep it going and have it where I'm uploading a lot of different content. Now, I'm not trying to sound arrogant when I say that, but at the same time, when people be in my comment sections talking about I own your channel or own you or own this, I'm like, fam, I could delete my channel, disappear, and you would not have no say so in it. So that's why I'm like, people, it's like you don't have ownership over a person's channel. People need to understand that. But yeah, it's like, I guess until then, I'm like, I don't know. It's going to take a little bit more explaining and stuff. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.